Good. I'm live. You live?
Uh, yeah. I'm live on YouTube right now.
All right. I'm live on.
Uh,
I'm live on.
well,
I'm live on TikTok,
I welcome to Peep Game TV. I'm your man SRD,
and I'm Jay Sean.
aka Shadi Ali, and you are
I'm Jay Sean, Mister F Love. For people who don't know, if you don't know, now you know.
right. You know, let's get this thing started, man. I'm gonna be here for an hour. You
Oh,
know,
1 hour today.
yeah, 1 hour today. So let's get it started. Let's do like we do, man, and get this thing popping for the people.
Um, I forgot. I can't even remember who started off last week. I can't even
I
remember
started off, so you
who
can go
started
ahead.
off last week. I
Yeah,
could.
yeah.
I just could say that. I'm welcome everybody that's listening. We give y'all time for more people to chime in and stuff. But um peace smash. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be doing the show with my brother. Um it's like Friday can't get here fast enough. It's like you have I'm sure it probably happened to you too. It's like you have so much you want to talk about, right? And
Yeah,
you have so much you want to talk about, and good thoughts and good ideas come across your mind, and you're like, I'm gonna say this on the show, and I'm gonna say this on the show, and do this on the show, and sometimes it escape your memory and stuff like that. But a lot of times we do it on the fly, to the best of our ability. But we here for y'all. You know what I mean? And that's just it. Um, what's going on in the world? Well, we lost a great hip hop uh
producer,
producer,
producer.
historian, man, Irv Gotti. I forgot his real name, but Irv Gotti. Um, say rest in peace to him. I know everybody familiar with Irv Gotti. He's
Yeah,
54 years old. Gone too young. Gone too young. He had that diabetes, Shaw.
I heard, and that our eating habits are killing us, people.
Yes.
We definitely need to be mindful of our eating habits. Because it's taking us out. Food we enjoy, food we like, don't like us back. So we definitely got to be mindful of what we eating. And we're gonna make sure that we do the 10 minutes and the 5 minutes for you guys, so you guys can give some comments and we can give some shout outs. So we're gonna stick to that.
And you,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
brother.
you know, he was on a I think he was on Drink Champs with Nori and DJ Effin, and he was Irv Gotti. I'm speaking now. He was telling them about his diabetes and how his kids was staying on him and his wife, and he was like saying, yeah, but he was like saying, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat, because he said everything that tastes good is bad for you. You know what I mean? So he was like, I gotta live, so I gotta, I guess he was saying he gonna eat what he want to eat, he gonna do what he want to do. You know what I mean? But you really can't do that. Like me, I got diabetes. Well, excuse me, I'm more like on the fence. I'm like, I could fall this way or I could fall that way. So I know I understand what he go through. No sugar, no starch, can't eat this, can't eat that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. See, the reality is, man, once you get a certain age, man, it's just about eating in moderations,
right,
being mindful of what you eat, how you eat. And it's difficult to just cut certain things out.
right,
Very, mostly for people who are strong-willed, they can do that. But a lot of us struggle with certain things, so it's best to change your lifestyle with your eating habit. It's a matter of me. This is what I do. during the week, I don't eat no meat, no sweets, and no bread. That's my regimen. 5 days a week, maybe four, and then on the weekend or 3 days, then I eat that type of stuff.
Okay.
So if you begin doing that, then you realize that maybe you only eating sweets maybe 6 times a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're mindful of it and you continuously do it, it actually works better for you in the long run. Because look, this all we got is these bodies that we have right now. And if we run these bodies down, then we got nothing else. No matter how much money you got, if your health ain't right, you hit. You know
Your
what I'm
health,
saying?
your health
So
is, they say your
yeah,
health is your
health
wealth.
is your true wealth. Your health is your true wealth. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because
yeah.
because money can get certain things, but if you're not eating right, it's going to be a problem for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a fact. Anything you wanted to talk about today, or you
Well,
want?
yeah, I got a number of things, man. I got a number of
I
things.
do
One
too.
of well, I mean, you can. The first thing I wanted to go into, man, is nationality. When it comes into nationality, if a person asks you what was your nationality, what would you tell them?
Me?
Yeah, yeah. So if somebody say, "Yeah, Jay Sean, what's your nationality?"
I probably would tell them. It depends on who I was talking to, but more than likely, I probably would tell them I was African American. And depending on, and then if I wanted to, I probably would just say I was a, you know, it depends on who I would talk to. Whether I would say, African American, original man, uh, I could say several things, but to sum it up, I'll just say African American.
Okay. Now let's read what the definition of African American is. African American, also known as Black American, formerly also called Afro American, or an American racial or ethnic group consisting of Americans with. Wow, I'm bouncing on the side.
You going in and out.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
You got a mic on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, based African American, also known as a Black American, and formerly also called Afro American, are an American racial or ethnic group consisting of Americans with a partial or total ancestry from any of the Black racial groups of. So that's what an African American is. Now it basically is saying, you know, it doesn't really call you an American. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And most people who come from Africa or who come from any land, they come from any land. Those people normally. Let me see if I can, because this is, yeah, it's giving me the feed, giving me feedback.
I know you're going in and out.
Yeah, yeah, it's giving me the feed. So let me try something. Let me see if I can adjust it. Let me see. You hear me?
Go ahead, testing, say that.
Testing,
I can hear you saying that.
testing,
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
testing.
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, so I'm still hearing myself bouncing around.
Oh yeah, it's still a little dying in and out. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I don't know. Yeah, that normally doesn't happen.
Um,
Yeah,
You on Facebook and YouTube?
yeah, yeah. But I'll always be on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Always be on Facebook, and I'll always be on Facebook.
Maybe you gotta turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Hello, 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 hello. You hear me now?
I can hear you, but then when you start talking, sometimes you go in and
Start
out.
still. Yeah,
Uh, bear with us, people. Little technical difficulty.
yeah, because
Little technical difficulty. I just I DJ while we get
hello, hello.
technical difficulties.
Trying to see what's causing this, man.
Get it
It's
right.
messing. Yeah, yeah, it's messing me up.
Peace, Ace.
Yeah, yeah. So
You got it.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope I got it. You know,
It
you
never
hear me?
did that before.
Nah, nah, not like that. Not crazy feedback like that. All right, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you all hear me out there? So basically, it said African American, also known as a Black American, and formerly as a so called Afro American, or an American racial or ethnic group consisting of Americans with partial or total ancestry from any of the Black racial groups of Africa. So basically, when it says of any of the Black racial groups of Africa, it doesn't give you a land or anything where you actually come from. It just says you from Africa. You know what I mean? And so when we talk about nationality, let's get into nationality. Nationality basically is ties a person to a land. Let me see. I think I even printed out something with nationality on it, if I'm not mistaken. You know, if I'm not mistaken, because it's important because when I just asked you that, you you basically said more than one thing. You know what I'm saying? A nationality is just one title.
Right.
You know what I mean? A person nationality is where they are a legal citizen, usually in a country where they were born. People from Mexico have Mexican nationality. People from Australia have Australian nationality. People of the same nationality usually share traditions and customs, and they may look a little alike too. So basically, it's telling you if you have a nationality, your
Yeah.
nationality should be tied to the land. So
Okay.
when you say it, I'm black, there's no land called black. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I didn't say black. I said African American.
Okay, but when they say Mexican, they didn't say Mexican American or they didn't say Australian African.
Right.
You said Australia and Africa. You said African American. You claim in two places, and one of them you wasn't born in. So it's key to realize what it says. Legal citizen, usually in a country they were born in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So many of us call ourselves African American, and hardly any of us were born in Africa. So
True.
so we're carrying that label based on what we've been told, what we've been taught. So that's all I wanted to bring up. So it's just something for us to think about when we call
Yeah,
ourselves an
it's food.
American.
It's food for thought.
Yeah, yeah, because we really do have a nationality, and
Yeah,
that's Moroccans. Moors for short. Look it up. You know, you definitely. And we'll go into that some other time. But I don't. I just wanted to drop a little something on you guys with it, so just to let you know that we we call ourselves black because that's a description. You know what I'm saying? That's a description of our complexion. It's not like we have a land called black, and it's not like we, you know, are from Africa where we were born there. Yeah,
right.
Africa is a big continent, so it's easy for us to say we from Africa, or we're Africans. But like I said, that's the lie that's been told to us, because we really are from this land, and this really our land, and we've been being played out of our resources. All
Well,
right, brother, go ahead.
it's gonna take a lot of spreading the word then, because probably 95% of people, when you ask them what they is, they say African American. Like, you rarely hear somebody saying I'm Moroccan. I have heard it. I
Right.
have seen them say it. Um, but it's gonna take a lot of teaching, a lot of spreading the word. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and we up for it. We deserve to know who we are. I mean, everybody else know who they are, so we deserve to know it.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So and it benefits us by knowing, because it connects us.
I'm trying to
So I
find.
want to shout out Sheen, who else was up there, Ace, and whoever else was up there. Just give y'all a shout out. If you guys want to make a comment, you're welcome to do so.
Oh, that's a mall right there, right?
Huh?
Ace, that's a mall. I didn't know that's who that was.
What, from Georgia? Living in
Yeah,
Georgia now?
that's a mall.
Oh, that's who that is? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just was looking. I just seen the initials. He's still up there.
Uh, I don't see him right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who that was. Okay. Um. You know. You know what I was.
Go ahead.
You know what I was. I was thinking about. I was thinking about this week. Um. Think about. Think about our generation. Right.
Right.
All right. Um. If you think about our generation, just think about this. Of I'm gonna do a comparison to show you, um, because that was science you just dropped. Wow, I'm gonna drop some science. There's some science that I came up with on my own.
Right. Go ahead.
Um, think about when we was young, and just put it like this. It was our time. I guess to be on the block. Um, Before us, you could say it was like Red, your brother,
Right.
and the people of his time, um I guess the Parks and Ali's, and we could go, the people of
Right.
his
Right.
time,
Right. Right. Right.
the
Right.
people of your brother time, right?
Yeah.
I got older brothers too. I I seen my old when I know as I noticed my brothers as teenagers, 17 and 18, 19. I knew them. I would see them. They was always fly. Leather jackets. I guess Playboys they was wearing, right? Playboys.
Right, right, right.
Uh, crease pants. Parts in their hair. Um, they was fly.
Fade, fades. Yeah, yeah.
Fades.
Fades. Yeah,
They
yeah.
so they was that generation was fly.
Right, right,
Okay, you rarely heard of shootings back then. You know what I mean? They definitely were the originators of um being good with your hands. You know what I mean? They were the originators of that of the they were the my brother used to be telling me about that going to the body.
right, right,
I used
right.
to hear my brother saying that when I was young cuz he used to hang in the projects.
Oh, okay.
And the older people older than us was the originators of dressing nice, um being able to box, shooting a fair one. You rarely ever heard of anybody getting shot. That was rare, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Unless they was robbing somebody. Unless they
Let's
was
say
robbing
somebody was
somebody.
robbing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to have a gun unless you was strong arm. Okay. Then think about it. Then after that came our generation, right?
Right.
So I don't know how many people, maybe the people that's listening, I don't know if they know. We from 17th Ave, whatever, in Patterson, New Jersey. That was our block. But think about this. Of our generation, just say me, you, Shadi, let's say Joaquin, uh Just I, Tyreek, Kushawn, Nashon, um help me out. Who else?
P,
Sly,
P, yeah, P,
P,
power.
Ya,
Yeah.
just the
Little
name
Justice, Justice,
Justice. All right, all right.
K Sean,
Okay.
yeah.
So now look,
And other,
from
yeah.
this the science I came up with, Shaw. Now from that generation, from that generation, and from that generation and that um what's up, Bootsy? From that generation, think about it. If we could switch into the time now, we didn't out of all the people I named, and there's more people that I'm probably forgetting. Um, Out of all the people we named, if we was in this generation, what it would have probably been, wait, maybe one or two shooters. Everybody wouldn't have been shooting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because people was good with their hands. It still was almost the, you know what I mean?
Right,
It still was like you fighting with somebody with your hands. Maybe occasionally somebody got hit with a bat. You know what I mean, or a knife or something. But then that's from my because from my generation, right? On when we was on the block, how many people you think would have been shooters? You think you would have been a shooter?
I mean, nah, because I had guns. So if I was gonna be a shooter, I would have been a shooter then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for me, I think what happened is people lost the reason why you had a gun. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
No. All
We
right. Now hold
knew
on. You going too far. Don't go there
oh,
yet.
all right,
I know
okay.
what you're getting ready to say.
Yeah,
So you had them, but you wouldn't have to say you was a shooter.
right, right. No,
All
no.
right. So
Wouldn't use
okay.
it.
So same here. Same here. We probably all did. But look. Okay. So now look to the next generation that came after us, right? B Love and all, all of them. I ain't got to name all of them. You know what I mean? It probably would have almost tripled. You know what I mean? From people you from going from using your hands to people using weapons. The question I'm asking you is, What do you think happened? What do you think happened that came all the way from our brothers or the people that was older than us, hanging out, and it came trickled down to we the next generation. So I'm starting from about the 70s, 60s or the 70s. Then it go to our generation. Then it trickled down to the next generation, all the way down to the generation. Because I don't, the kids now they not. I don't even know if they not 80s babies no more. We was saying the 80s babies was crazy. Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah,
now the kids out there, they like the 2000 kids. Like they not even the 80s babies. No, when we thought the 80s, the kids born in the 80s was crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
But now it's the 2000s. So my question to you is, what do you think happened along the way where all transpired all the way from people being able to dress or being able to box and just known for pulling females, looking smooth, being slick with the gift of gap, all the way down to where we at right now, where I don't even think the young kids take girls out no more. I don't even think I don't even know if they take girls to the movies, or I don't even know if they take girls to dinner, out to dinner and all that. It's just all about hardcore street life.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you really look at it, you pretty much mentioned it when you said the 80s. The
Yeah.
80s happened. Remember, prior to that, we were gods and earths.
Right.
We were in a time where it was black medallions, no gold. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So we were representing our culture in a manner where it wasn't about materialism.
Right.
Shortly after that, the crack came out.
Right.
Once the crack came out and the money where you can make $5,000 in an hour or less, we lost our minds.
Right.
And not only did we lose our minds, we lost our women. A lot of our women got caught up in
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? They got caught up in using it. They got caught up in, you know, basically being groupies. I mean, when you look at the rappers now, that came from our generation in the 80s.
Right.
The fly, the gold, the flashing the money, that came from our generation. Now, speed up some. Then some of the key players, either they got knocked off and did like 20, 15, 30 years, or they end up, you know, going, doing a bid, coming home, things change, and they end up, some of them end up turning to fiends.
Right.
So now look at this. Now, here are guys that used to be, you know, running the blocks to washing cars for young cats. So the so what ended up happening, the respect factor got diminished. If you got a cat that you used to look up and run to the store for,
Right.
you know, and he throw you a couple of dollars to buy you some sneakers. Now this same cat is washing your car because now you the big dog, and you what, 15, 15 years old, 17 years old, maybe
Yeah.
20 the most. It did a separation. It caused a real divide in our community, and it hurt us. And we're still trying to come back from that. We're still trying to come back from what the 80s did to us, and top on put on top of that the laws that were made that just tore the man out of the house. And now a lot of the young guys that you see now, they're being raised strictly by the women. And that got me, because I got a question that goes with that. But go ahead.
No, no, no. You did that. You hit that was good. You hit that right on the nose. I was because I was thinking about that this week. I just was thinking in my mind, like, you know what I mean, like, how did we come that far? You know what I mean? How do we come all the way from watching our older brothers be dressing? You know, we all had older brothers, and we
Right,
they was known for dressing nice, playboys, leather coats. My brother had all different color leathers and what you said, the fades and the parts and everything,
right, right.
and then it trickled down to us. We still was known for dressing, being able to pull females, looking good, making money. Still was about using your hands and stuff like that, and then it trickled down to the next generation, where all of a sudden now it's about shooting guns. And like I said, I doubt if young boys even take girls out anymore. You know what I mean. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I was thinking about that earlier in the week. How far we have came from that, and like now everybody is a shooter. You know what I mean. And I was thinking one day, I was like, damn, I remember when we used to hang on the block. Out of everybody, all of us used to hang on the block. In my mind, I only could think of maybe two or three people who I probably would say, oh, they could have been a shooter. You know what I mean? Everybody else,
Right.
I'll be like I'll say, like, well, Shaw was good with his hands. You know what I mean? Joaquin was good with his hands. You know what I mean? You know, I'll say stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like everybody played their own part. You know,
Right, right,
blocks. I
right.
don't know about other blocks. I'm talking about our block. Everybody played their own parts. Um we had the people who was fly. We had the people who pulled the girls. We had the fighters. We had the dress. We had everything out there. You know what I mean? And the generations have changed so much. You know, in the time. But that was just some thought I had in my mind. I just wanted to. That was just
Yeah.
something I was
No,
thinking
no,
about.
no, that was cool.
Yeah.
But that brought me to this question I had, but I want some ladies to answer that. This
Okay.
question. It's it basically say, are some women spoiling their sons and neglecting their daughters? You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of young young women where they be speaking about how their mothers treated them a certain way, but basically spoil the boys.
You said what?
I said, are the women, are some women, and I'm not going to say all because I want to be, I want to be fair with this. Are some women spoiling their sons, and the meanwhile they're neglecting their daughters? Or you could say neglecting, mistreating, not treating them fairly, whatever way you want to take that. But it's giving the sons more attention than they give the daughters. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, if any females out here want to answer that, they could. Um, Shadi was asking if are you neglecting the daughters and spoiling the sons? Um, while we wait for somebody to answer, I can tell you that happened in my house. You know, that
right,
that
right,
that definitely happened in my house when I was growing up. Um, uh, I watched my mother do that, like, make my sister like to do more than me. You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? So I saw that. I lived that. What you saying right there? You know what I mean? So it does happen, not just now. So, and that was way back when in the '70s. You know, so and it's kind of detrimental too. Um,
Well, that's the point.
yeah, it is. It is. It is because then uh the mother and the daughters, they grow up with a relationship this distance, and even though the son was spoiled, um and even though the son became spoiled, it still was it was hard. It make it harder on you. You know what I mean? It make it harder on the son. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean? You know what I mean? Like I joke about it a lot. You know what I mean? Like I joke about a lot of things, but um now that I'm older, I don't really know how funny it is. But I joke about how uh like if it was like if some like say like if my if somebody wanted me, my father, somebody wanted me to take the garbage out or something like that. You know what I mean? And
right.
or wash the dishes or do something like that. And my mother, I know my mother used to always say that boy don't know how to do nothing. you know, let somebody else do it. Or let take the garbage out. That boy don't know how to do nothing. That boy don't know how to do nothing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's it. And what ends up happening? What ends up happening? Yeah, you know, the end result is you end up not knowing how to do nothing.
Yeah, I don't really know what made her feel like that. That I didn't know.
You got to remember, you was the baby,
Yeah, I was
you
the
the
youngest.
youngest one,
Yeah, so
and maybe in her mind, she wanted to keep her baby as long as she could. You know,
I don't really know. I just know. I just remember hearing all that. Like like that boy. That was the main line I remember her always saying. That boy don't know how to do nothing. Let Lisa do it
right,
because she was right on top of me,
right, right, right.
age wise and stuff like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
You see, my mom was different. My mom had me doing massive stuff. You know what I'm saying? Massive. Like I used to be saying, like, give me a break, man. Get somebody else to do it. You know? Why me?
See that life is different from life is different from everybody, all the time, man. But you know what I wanted I know your time is running short, but let me I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Um I had written them down somewhere. I don't even know. I thought I had them right here. Um uh I'm trying to think. Um
That's another question. I got another question for that. My wife came up and said,
what's that?
her answer was, "Daddies spoil their daughters and mothers spoil their sons."
Oh yeah, well my father did spoil my sister though.
Yeah.
he did do that. That's a fact. That's a true fact. That is a true fact. Um oh I know what I was listening to something, right? And they were saying that when a guy meet a female, right, that and I was kind of thinking maybe this sound like a little unique to me. Like it was saying when a guy meet a female and when like when you courting them and you taking them out and you stuff like that,
Right,
what you think about if if the female pay for all the dates when you first meet her, the
right.
dates, the gas, the transportation. If you went to the movies, she paid for the comedy show, the dinner. The woman paid for everything up until the time you smashed. And then once you smash, now it's your turn to pay for everything for the rest of forever after that. What you think of that analogy?
So hold up. Is this something that happened, or is this something that you said just hypothetical?
Hypothetically, but I heard some people talking about it online, and it was like, man, like the woman should pay for everything. when a woman meet a man, she should pay for everything until they have sex, and then it's the man. It should be the man job to pay the rest of the way for everything. Like I kind of liked it though myself. I ain't gonna
Well, I mean,
lie.
see, I mean, but see that is a good scenario for individuals who basically made tricking popular. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good scenario for them because they they spend all that money because the ultimate goal was you spending a bunch of money to have sex with the woman. So
Yeah,
now you good. You can hold on to that money you was gonna be spending to have sex because
yeah,
she's spending all the money. You
yeah.
know. So I see why that conversation came up.
Yeah, I was listening to something. So I was like, wow, I never really heard anybody say anything like that. Like I never really heard it. It's like that might be a good idea in some cases
Okay,
for
now
some
what do you
people.
think? Now, what do you think about this question?
What's that?
Can someone cheat on you without involving another person?
Um, what you mean? I don't understand.
Can some we say people cheat. So
Right.
the question is, can somebody cheat on you
Hmm.
without it being another person involved?
Um, I heard that um I heard that texting is cheating. I heard that talking to other women on the phone when you're in relationships. I heard that that's considered cheating. I never knew that. When I was married the last time, um, my ex-wife had went through my phone or some kind of way. She went in my phone and got my texts like
Right. Oh, okay.
and I went out. It was big. It was bad. It was fireworks. Cause she went through my texts
Right, right.
and I was like, yo, you acting like I cheated on you or something. And I never forget, she told me that is cheating. And we had a big argument about it. It was a big thing. And I start asking people, because if you want to know something about women, you go to women. You want to know
Absolutely.
something about men, you go to men. So
Right,
I start asking females and ladies like, yo, if you in a relationship with a man and he texting another woman, is that cheating? And to my surprise, like 9 out of 10 people was like saying that's cheating.
right. Now I hope some. I would like. I got about another 15 minutes
All
before
right,
I get off the air. I would like some women to come on. Now, this is the definition of cheating:
all right,
act, act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or an examination. She always cheat at cards. Avoid some avoiding something undesirable by luck or skill. She cheat to death, particularly spectacular crash. And, she cheated to death, spectacular and crash. So basically, it's like, okay, now this is the definition of infidelity: the act of being unfaithful to a romantic partner, either emotionally or physically. It can also refer to a lack of belief in a religion. But basically, it says to be unfaithful romantically to your partner, either emotionally or physically. So I brought that up because we use cheating.
right.
Now, tell me this: based on it saying, being dishonest or unfair in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or an examination. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a man or a woman and you're in a relationship
Right.
and you decide that, okay, when you met this person, you did, you made sure you cook for the person. You know what I mean? You brought the person gifts. You did all these things.
Right.
You get in the relationship, and now all of those things stop. Are you
Right.
cheating on that person? Or are you cheating that person of the person that they originally began to love?
Oh, I guess you cheating them of the person that they begin to love.
Because and I think that because I was just thinking like like okay, there's a lot of men and women. Once they get married or get in a long term relationship, they kind of let themselves go. They
Right.
stop doing the things that they used to do
Right.
for each other that made each other so love each other so much. You know?
Um. So is texting cheating?
So to me, it's infidelity. Based on infidelity, what infidelity says, it says being unfaithful to a romantic partner, either emotionally or physically. Now, it depends on what you're texting about. See, texting can't necessarily, when you say texting is cheating, if you're texting and it's all business, then that's not cheating because there's no emotional attachment. You know what I mean? There's a business attachment. But if you're saying you're beautiful, you know, I like I like your eyes. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Or you guys are talking about things that personal things that's going to bring you closer, where it becomes intimate. Then according to women, I don't know about men. Most women see that as infidelity.
Right.
So cheating and infidelity, basically, to me, you know, dishonesty. So if a person lie to you, then they cheating on you. If it's dishonesty, you know what I'm saying. If a person holding back and they're not giving you their all, then they're cheating on you,
I
according
mean,
to the definition.
yeah. I mean, you could look at it like that.
You know.
I guess.
So,
Huh?
but I, I would like we
Humble,
may have
humble,
to do.
humble said he got to ask you a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Um, as far as like, do you take notice that mostly females, they very gullible, or most females are very gullible. They actually think that a male want to be their friend and not visit them.
You heard
Do
him?
you see it like that?
Uh, so basically, let me get this straight. Now, because basically it seems like you're saying that men and women can't be friends because it's going to be a sexual thing. That's basically what you're saying.
Or I feel a woman can be a friend, but I don't think a man can be a friend. Like a man can't be a friend with a woman without wanting or having the urge to want her sexually. But I feel a woman can be a friend with a man and not think that, about sex or nothing like that.
I mean, I think both can do it. I think if a man is not sexually attracted to a woman, he could be a friend, and even if he's sexually attracted to her or she is to him, and the boundaries are set where she makes it clear or he makes it clear that it's only a friendship, then I think you guys can do it. Because I think people are friends because they have commonalities sometimes. You know what I mean? So I think but is it rare? Yes, it's rare. It's rare because normally, even when a man and a woman becomes friends, somebody start getting a little bit, more emotional. Either the man or the woman. But to say that men and women can't be friends, you know, I believe it's possible, long as there's no sexual attraction on either part.
What about Valentine's Day, Sha?
As far as what? What do you mean
How
Valentine's
you
Day?
how you see it?
I mean, I don't. It's not a day to me because anything I can do on that day, I could do any other day. So I don't. I try not to get caught up in those certain days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A friend of mine called them holidays. You know what I mean? Holidays. So
Hey,
so I so I don't be trying to get caught up because
what's up,
we
Mercedes?
we get caught up too often in the holidays where we spending money sometimes where we don't have it.
Yeah,
So if I could get roses and chocolate and a heart candy, I could get that like on a Saturday. Like, I brought my wife some roses today. So, I try to and what I strive to do is I strive to keep her some flowers, something like trying to keep our relationship growing. You know what I mean? I replace it with something.
that's what's up. I heard a lot of people talking about Valentine's Day.
Okay, let me we okay now we got to get our last 15 minutes. Jewel Divinity said opposites attract. It's a situation anyway from you know it's a situation anyway from happening. Opposites
Hey,
attract. So
Naomi, opposites attract.
yeah, yeah. So and that there's some truth in that, because my wife and I, like, we're basically like kind of total opposites. It's
Opposites
a
attract.
situation away from. So, she said opposites attract. It's a situation
Mm-hmm.
away from happening. So basically, she said you can be with somebody and you get the proper situation, something may happen. Something gonna happen. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
proper
that
situation,
I
proper
I
circumstances.
think that's true. I I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I definitely think that. I definitely think that's true.
yeah, yeah. Well, especially if you're both in relationships and your relationships start getting shaky and you confide in each other, then there's a good chance that, yeah, that can happen. So I mean, you know, for me right now, I'm just, happy go lucky. I don't even, indulge in any situations where it could possibly happen for me at
Yeah,
this point in my life.
yeah.
Not
Yo,
that. Go ahead.
yo. You know what? I know you're getting close
Yeah,
to your time, but I
yeah.
wanted to
About
tell you
6 more
something.
minutes. Go
I
ahead.
wanted to tell you something. Remember Rockefeller, right? Remember
Right.
the richest family in the world. I seen on the internet how they became the richest family in the world. Even they wasn't even the richest family. It was another family called the Vanderbilts that was richer than them. But check out how Rockefeller and them had 7 generations of wealth. You know how they did it? They did it by something called a waterfall. a water. I think it's called a waterfall. Damn, I forget. It's called waterfall. Some waterfall something. But anyway, what they did. This what they did, Shy. They bought insurance policies for everybody in their family. Say, like, if your mother and your father would have put insurance policy on her, your father, and how many kids was it in your house?
7.
Okay, insurance policies on your mother, your father, and all the 7 kids. This what the Rockefellers did. Now they put a big insurance policy. First they had they owned all the oil though too, but they put a big insurance policy on everybody in their family. So the people, after they get the insurance policy on everybody in the family, the people can borrow money off the insurance policy, right? But also, when somebody die, it's enough money that they leave the inheritance to the next person. Then I guess that that could be like they kids, and and they kids, and they kids. I was thinking, I was like, that's kind of smart, because if you think about it, if everybody in your family, say, like, I say my family, like my mother and my father, and it was 5 of us, and they had all big insurance policies on everybody. My oldest brother died in like 93 or something like that. Supposedly, like, if he would have had $1 million policy on him, and a policy that we was borrowing money against, but the policy still stay there. You know what I mean? Then that's like $1 million. You know what I mean? And then that goes to all the other family. You know what I mean? And then I had another brother that died. You know what I mean? And that would have been another million. Or then a father that died, then that would have been another million. And then they just keep passing the money down. You know, and that's how Rockefeller and them stayed rich for 7 generations. They explained where I heard it. They explained it better than I'm explaining it, but
Right.
that's basically how they stayed rich for 7 generations, 7 or 4, 7. I think 7 generations, 7 generations. Yeah. And I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, I forgot what they call it. They call it a waterfall or a watershed or something like that. I gotta look it up. But it was deep. It was real deep the way they did it. Put like $1 million insurance policies on everybody. Boom, boom, boom. When something happened to somebody, and then they get the $1 million, and then they split it. Then they put the insurance policies on the next one, the grandkids, or you don't want nobody to die. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Nah, nah, I hear what you're saying though.
you
Yeah.
don't you don't want nobody to go, but I'm just saying, you know what I
But
mean?
we all know we meet that fate. We all gonna
Yeah.
meet that fate at one point or another.
So if something happened, you could leave $1 million to your son, or
Right.
something happened to your son, he can leave $1 million for his son, and then, or either your mother, something happened to her, she can leave $1 million, or her mother. You know what I mean? Well, right now, probably for us it'd be a million. Probably for them, I don't know how much it was back in them days, but still, whatever. That's how Rockefellers became the most. That's how they became the richest family in the world, from insurance policies.
Well,
And then
as you
and
said,
then they invested in oil, so they owned
right,
all the
right, right.
oil in the United
Yeah, yeah.
States.
So and more than likely they came up with the insurance anyway. Their insurance company.
Yeah,
So of course they're gonna be rich because they came up with the whole thing anyhow.
yeah, more
You
than
know?
likely,
So
you're right.
yeah. And Jewel Divinity said she thinks social acquaintance is better, I guess, than friends. People just social acquaintance.
Um, Social acquaintance.
The
I
way,
don't I don't really know the difference between a social acquaintance and a friend.
well, I would imagine, it's a person you meet, you get with occasionally, you see occasionally more so than a person that you spend a large amount of your time with. Friends, you tend to open up more, spend more time, share more acquaintance, there's a limit to how much you share, how much time you give them, and that type of thing. You know,
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
yeah, yeah. So in that manner. Now, the other part before I get off, with those life insurances, it's that works when you have a whole life rather than what they call term life. You know what I mean? Term may be like 15 years. Whole life is, you know, it's the whole life insurance. That's when you can take money off of
You could borrow for yeah.
it. Right.
Okay.
Whole life. You know what I mean? The term life, you 15 years is up, you have to renew it. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
I got you. I got you. But yeah, I just thought that was something the way
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
explained how they had seven generations of wealth, the Rockefellers, you know, and from insurance policies. Basically, that's what they were saying. You
Okay, a
know.
Jewel Divinity. She said limited interaction and emotional support. That's how she see um, you know, a social acquaintance. Kind of similar to, you know, where I explained it, kind of similar. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
limited interaction but emotional support.
All right.
You know, and we thank you. We thank you very much for your participation. I'm
I
about
see
to.
her. I see Halima in there. Hey, Halima. Remember Halima Esquire, the lawyer with the um. Well, I don't want to blow her up, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
you remember
She coming on.
her. I think she listening. Hey, what's up, Halima? You coming live tonight?
She coming live because I hang around about a good 15 minutes to get a question or two asked, answer. You know. Oh yeah. Before I go, I just love you too, cuz.
I
So
think
I'm hold on to these, because I didn't get them all answered. So I'm gonna hold on to them for to
yeah,
next
I
week.
had some stuff too that I didn't get to. I had some stuff too. Um, I can't find it though. I had it on some paper somewhere, but
Oh, you just yeah. I try to keep mine, in arm's reach. Right. I still got more, but yeah, we'll go to that next week. So
yeah,
it's been a pleasure
yeah,
as
it was.
usual.
Yeah, it was
All
a
of you
different.
who was watching, I apologize for the vocal interruption earlier, and this still a work in progress. We still working on getting this thing better, and it's definitely going to get better.
Mhm.
So until next week, I leave you all
Hold
with
up,
peace.
tell them about how to peep game. Subscribe.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can subscribe if those of you who are on Peep Game TV. You can subscribe if you already have it. You can go to Peep Game TV on Instagram, Peep Game TV on Facebook, or Andre Shadi Hill on Facebook, and Peep Game TV on TikTok. Follow, show your support because we got some more stuff that's going to be coming out. We got some things that's in the works that's going to
Hmm.
be coming out that's we believe going to be pretty enlightening and pretty exciting.
Yep.
All right.
And
So
and for I don't mean to cut you off. And for the people that's on Peep Game TV and the people that's on Shadi on Facebook Live, I'm gonna go to Facebook Live. I'm gonna be on TikTok and Face. I'm on TikTok now, but I'm gonna be on Facebook Live in about 10 minutes.
all right.
If you don't have TikTok, I'll be on Facebook Live. Randy J. Sean Jackson in about 10 minutes.
All right. So
You out of
till
here?
next week, my brother. Yeah, I'm out of here like last year.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right.
All right.